Margaret King, one of our local singer-songwriters from the Wollongong area. That song was co-written with country artist Shane Nicholson, who's rapidly gaining a reputation as just a great producer and writer of music for other people. And Margaret King joins us now here at ABC Illawarra. G'day, Margaret. How are you going?
Hello, I'm good. Thanks, Nick. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm actually sitting here with a coffee in the sun and I'm talking to you, so what more could I want?
That's what I want to hear. Just you and me having a cup of tea.
That's exactly right.
Was that kind of the style of when you were writing that, sitting on the veranda at a remote farmhouse with Shane?
Well, it was actually, yeah. It was a really, I was really fortunate to be able to write with Shane up at the DAG sheep station in Nundle, and I'd only just left my husband, so it was only 2 months before that I'd separated from my husband, which people have been through that. It's huge, and Shane had been through it with Casey Chambers, so we were on the same page there. And it was great because he really got me to delve down into my feelings and you know, put those into lyrics. So things like "It's hard to live a lie and keep your heart true," or taking out the rhythm and missing the rhyme. And you know, I mean, we don't want to delve here into marriage and why people do it, but
well, I mean, this is the thing that artists quite often have to go through. They have to dig into themselves a bit, don't they? I mean, and you've done that with another song of yours about your mum, which we'll get onto in just a minute. But how was it translating those sometimes inexplicable sort of feelings into actual words and music?
I think it was really looking deeply into my heart and really getting out the words that were attached to the feelings. So things like wreckage and living and free or borrowed and blue. And, you know, I'm not saying my partner was a horrible person, but sometimes you try and it's better to move on and separate, and hopefully everyone's happy later on. I mean, you know, we're not here. Unfortunately, we're not here forever.
Tell me about the DAG station experience. This is a songwriting weekend that goes on.
Yeah, well,
every year.
How do you get invited? It actually goes on for a week, and you apply for it. Right. And so they choose songwriters from around the nation, and we get together and write. So the last one I actually wrote with Luke O'Shea, he's 11 times Golden Guitar winner, and we wrote a song called "The Ones You Love," which is going to be on the new album, which we can talk about as well. But that was a really exciting experience as well, and he's actually singing. We're singing together on that. So he's come over across to the producer and sung his part, and I've sung mine, and that's a beautiful song as well.
Wow, beautiful.
Looking forward to releasing that as well.
Yeah, great. I'm going to play a little bit of another song of yours. This is "My Mumma."
Mama told me how to laugh and play. My mama told me how to sing this way. She chased me around.
Talk about difficult subjects, Margaret.
Well, you threw me a curveball there, didn't you?
This is a hard run. I'm not trying to make you cry or anything like that, but tell me about writing this one and why this one's special for you.
Well, this one is, my mum was actually, she had a surprise stroke, and she was in Wollongong Hospital, and I was sitting next to her while I was sort of waiting for her actually to pass away, and I wrote the words in about 10 minutes on the back of a bereavement envelope.
Really?
And the words just dropped out onto that, and then I sang it, and my brother's an incredible guitarist, and he's actually the one playing on this song. And so, sorry, it's distracting me there in the background a little bit, but I keep thinking about it. But we actually I put the chords down and my brother played it with me, and it was really interesting because we played that together to her, and then she took her last breath and moved on.
Oh my
So
God,
really,
what an experience, Margaret.
it was really, really emotional. I mean, the whole thing attached to that was, my other brother had just walked into the room and given a kiss, and we played that song to her, and yeah, so it was very emotional. I'm putting together a video clip of that. It was that's really, that fell out as a child. So that kind of really came from the heart, as if I were a 5-year-old and with my mum in Railway Avenue in Ostermere in our first house, and yeah, all the things to do with that. And I'm really into putting out video clips. So that's going to be a one that's out on YouTube in a couple of weeks with Soleil Bear and Don't Look Back, and Soleil Bear's already out there on YouTube.
Well, I've got Soleil Bear up my sleeve.
Get on to that if we get time.
I'm just wondering how on earth you got through that song in that hospital room and playing it for your mum in her last moments. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
That must have been just beautiful as well for you.
It was beautiful. It was traumatic. I actually recorded it, so it's very hard for me to go back and hear that when she's breathing in the background, because when they have a stroke, they are breathing really heavily. And I actually played it at the funeral. The minister, my brother and I played it at the funeral, so we did that at Bulleye Church, and the minister said, I think you can do this, in 3 days' time. I think you're going to be ready. So, that was very emotional and very traumatic as well, and very scary to be standing up there in front of over 200 people. Were at her funeral, and my brother and I played it, but I got through it, and yeah.
Dr. Theatre comes to the rescue, as my own mother used to tell me. She's still around, but yeah, she was always on the stage. Soleil Bear is the one I'm going to play in just a minute. So tell me about that one. I'm almost frightened to ask.
I know. People laugh at me because I have a million stories, but I was with my daughter in Canada, and it was actually after I separated, and it was all about really opening your soul and looking at the marriage, looking back at the marriage and so on, and working out where you went wrong, and so it's called Soleil Bear, and I went over there. My daughter was on a gap year, so we spent 3 months. We hired a little car in San Francisco, and we got a 2-woman tent, and we drove 40,000 kilometres. We drove 14,000 kilometres, and we went to 40 national and state parks, like Yosemite, and right out to Yellowstone in Colorado, and the Grand Canyon, and right up to the Iceville Parkway in Canada. And then when I came back, and we were producing the song, I wanted to put a video clip with it, so we used all that footage. So that's actually on YouTube. If anyone wants to look at it, I'll give a plug. Can I give a plug?
Of course, well, look up Soleil Bear by Margaret King. But in the meantime,
Margaret Ann, Margaret Ann, the Rocket Man.
Margaret Ann and the Rocket Man. All right, look, it's been great to catch up with you, Margaret. I'll play a bit of this song now, and all the best with the album when it comes out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Margaret Ann and the Rocket Man. The band name, Soleil Bear.
Dreams and memories whisper in the sky. Rivers lead us to times gone by. Trembling water, dripping in time. Mountains breathe.